Well, I've finally accumulated 5 new packages, so I guess it's time for another mailbag. First one up, we've got this one. It's relatively small. It is $1.29 Canadian, and it actually took about, I guess that's a week or more, a little bit more than a week. Yeah, whatever, something like that. The description says small capacitance. I don't expect this to be anything too special. It's probably exactly what it sounds like. Small capacitors. Yeah. Huh. I don't even think this warrants a close-up. This is just 100 pieces. 104. So I think that's 10 with 4 zeros. Picofarad. So I guess it's 10 nano. I think it's 10 nano. I never remember. I'm really bad with the capacity for capacitor numbers. So yeah, nothing too special to see here. Let's move on. And next one up, we have this one. It says 2 times modules HS22B017, $3 value. Let's see how true this is. Oh, that's close enough. So that's July 17th to August 14th, so nearly a month. And 434 Canadian, that's close enough to the $3 US. Sweet. Let's take a closer look at these. So these are actually supposed to be the same thing, but they look different, which is odd. So this is supposed to be 100 pieces of capacitors, 470 microfarad. Yeah, 470 microfarad, 25 volt. But if you look, it's like ECE Chem or something on these. And on these are Chongx. That's interesting. I'll have to count to see if there's 50 of each, but that's very odd. I think we should test these to see if they're the same, if they're different. Also, I wanted these to fit into a circuit board I designed, but I designed the board before they came in, so we'll have to check if they fit that. So oddly enough, I did the count, and these Chongx ones were actually only 45 in the bag, but these Yisakim, or whatever the heck that is, ECE Chem, I don't know. Anyways, these other ones, there were 50, so I was shorted 5 out of 100. I don't know if that's a big deal, but I guess, I don't know, probably shouldn't be shorted. So these are the boards I've built it for. Let's do a comparison between the two brands of capacitors. And I say brands very loosely. I'm not sure that these caps are actually any different. But anyways, so 8.2 millimeter is the can size. It's very hard to measure the spacing here, but 3.75. That's for the Isakem. I don't know. The Chongx, yeah, they're 8.10. They're a little bit smaller. And the spacing, 3.74. So let's see if they fit. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't, because this was a 16 volt capacitor. It fits, but only just. So it will work on these boards. If you didn't see the making of these boards, I'll put a little card up here. It will work on these boards, but yeah, it's a bit tight. Let's check the Isachem. Yeah, just barely. This was actually made for a smaller cap, 16 volts, but I wasn't happy with having a 16 volt cap on a 12-volt board. It was a little bit too close for comfort. So anyways, I just ordered a whole bunch, and these will just be my standard size. If I build a board and I need some reserve capacitors, I'll use this exact size. That's why I bought so many of them. So now I'm just going to plug up the component tester here. And instead of testing all 100 and having you guys watch, I figured I would test a subsampling, a random sampling of them. So I literally just, as I was counting, I just grabbed 2 out of the pile. And we'll see what this tests. So first up is the Isachem. I don't really know how accurate this is either. It's a comparative test. So 381 microfarad. I'll try another Isachem. Very hard to get the second leg in there. Okay, so that was 381, I think, microfarads. 436, way higher. Still not the 470. Let's try the Chongx ones. Can you imagine having to watch 100 of these being tested? The Chongx are a little bit higher. Closer, I would say that's within margin of error. Maybe these Isachem ones are not as good. If this Chongx one tests well, then at least we know. Yeah, 435, still higher. Might have gotten one dud one, but yeah, well, I guess that's enough for these, and we can move on. Next one up is this lovely brown one. Don't see brown envelopes anymore. 100 times screw. And I did order a lot of hardware, but that was a long time ago. So July 17th to June 14th or 14th? I think that's August 14th. I think I made a mistake. But yeah, here it goes. About a month. And these were $6 Canadian. Yes, let's take a look at these. So what these are little trimmer potentiometers. And there should be 100 of them in here, but I guess I'm learning from the caps. Maybe I should count them. But yeah, 503, that's 50, so it's 50 with 3 zeros after, so 50K. But these are cool. These are vertical standing trimmer pots. So they stand up proud on the board, and you can go in with a little screwdriver and adjust it. Now in this design, I did mess up and put the holes offset, but I think I could solve that using these trimmer potentiometers. I put it at 0.1 spacing. If you notice, there's 0.1 spacing front to back on these, but I think I could bend the leads and actually have them go in there. So that might be a good solution to that. But otherwise, these are, again, these will become my go-to potentiometers for when I design circuits. I do like the big knob potentiometers, and they do have their place, but this is far cheaper for something I need to ship out, for example. And yeah, so I'll keep these in stock. I like them, they work. I might have to count them, unfortunately, but yeah, I think I'll count them, and when we move on to the next one, I'll let you know how many was in the bag. Just real quick, I want to report I actually got 101 trimmer potentiometers. They're all the vertical type, except I got the one bonus, so 101. This one is a 50 with 2 zeros, is a 5K potentiometer, so I guess you win some and you lose some. Next up is this one. This one's a chunky boy, but it also came from within Canada, so it was super fast. It says B010 A1512 times 20. So let's see what's in here. Oh yeah, it came in something like 12 days. Super fast, but that's the bonus of getting stuff within Canada. Oh. After sales service guarantee. Become a VIP and save. It doesn't even tell me what the company is. Interesting. So let's take a look at these. So what this is the far more expensive cousin of the previous item. These are 50K linear potentiometers. I've got 20 here, which cost me $10, and 100 of the other ones cost me like $6. So you can see there's a major price difference there. These 50K pots are very nice, however, because they come with mounting hardware. So you can actually mount these to a case. So if your board is fairly lightweight, I don't recommend doing this with a huge board, but you can bolt it to a case and have your board just hanging off by the legs of this. And on top of that, once you solder this, you can even put hot glue or anything to help secure the board. So it's very nice actually to have the option of these, plus things that you're going to actuate with your hands, right? Tool free. You can actually put knobs on these. These things are better. The problem is they are far more expensive. So I got 20 here for $10, and it looks like it's what I paid for. 50K, 50K, and 50K. Yep, they're 50K pots. And yeah, there's nothing too much to see here. A little bit of hardware in this mailbag video. And last but not least, and hopefully this is not more caps and pots, is this one. Actually, I opened it a little bit prematurely. It says expansion board module 1. And this came in, you know, about a third of them, like a week and a half or so, something like that. $4 for this. Oh, interesting. Let's take a look at this. So as it turns out, I sort of designed my PWM dimming circuit, PWM generator circuit in vain, because they sell these things for about $4 Canadian. So it saved me a lot of effort, but then, you know, what will I have learned? Nothing. But they sell these guys. They sell them in 2-channel and 3-channel. I got the 3-channel one. I'm not sure if all the channels can be used simultaneously, but that's probably for another video to check. But yeah, this is the voltage in here. This is the voltage in negative, positive, negative, there. Yeah, ground TXRX. This is an all-in-one sort of duty cycle module. So you can change the frequency up and down. You can change the duty cycle of all 3 channels, it looks like, independently. This is a really cool little device. So $4. It's got a lot more logic than my my silly little 555 timer device did. But yeah, this thing is pretty nice. It's tiny. It's got mounting holes. It's got an LCD. I could try to power it up, but I'm not sure how this will go. Let's see. It should run from 3.3 to 30 volts. So let's see. It looks like the voltage in is any of these pads here. These 2 here. And the negative, it should be these 2 pads here. It kind of looks right. Diode's in the right direction. So let's see. See if I can only grab onto that. Only grab onto that. There we go. And giving it 9 volts. Oh, there it is. So, yeah, frequency. That's 103, 104 hertz. Oh, it has good acceleration. Very nice. 300, 400, 500 hertz, 600 hertz, 700 hertz, 800. So 1 point, 2 point something kilohertz, 3 point something kilohertz. this thing will go up, and then the duty cycle, yeah, you can change the on time percentage. I think this merits its own video. Oh yeah, look at that. Very nice. I think it merits its own video, so I don't think I'll bore you guys too much with the details. And by bore, I mean I don't think I'll give away too much on this. It definitely looks like it cannot drive a load by itself because I do not see any high current switching on here. So you'll still need a driver, although it has looks like it has 3 output drivers here, 1, 2, 3. But I probably would put something like a MOSFET or a you know a bunch of Darlington transistors or something, some power switching device to go with this. But I think this module has a lot of promise, and if you can't wait to see it in a future video, let me know in the comments below. Actually, if you have any ideas of what I should drive with this as an example, then leave that in the comments below as well. And this assortment of cool but slightly boring items makes up for today's parts bin refilling mailbag. I'd like to thank my Patreon supporters, of which I have 3 at the making of this video. You guys really do help make these things a possibility. I also like to thank the viewers. Thank you guys for watching and commenting, and that's all stuff that helps the community grow. And I hope that I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.